All right, guys, we are live, man. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. What is today?
11th?
The 11th. Yeah, Wednesday. Wait.
It is, May 11th.
Okay, okay,
May
okay. Right,
11th.
right,
Yeah,
right, right,
sure.
right. About to say the 12th, but all right. Yeah, man. Wednesday Wednesday the 11th, and it's pretty good, pretty cool, man. It's crazy to like actually be coming on doing a movie that's not Star Wars. Like it feels kind of weird, but strangely I felt like this movie tied in a little bit to some other Disney stuff. You guys won't be able to guess what movies I'm gonna say,
Okay.
but it was, man. But before we get started, man, we got John, the Everyday Collector here. How's it going, John?
What's going on, guys? I'm doing well, man. Excited to be here. Great movie choice. This is a classic, and with the news we've gotten lately, excited to talk about it.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And then we have Tone here, man. What is
What
going on,
up?
Tone?
Oh, not much. Just enjoying the night, you know. Watched the
Yeah,
movie today, just a little bit ago, finished about an hour ago, just to freshen up on it.
same here, man. What was the last time that you actually watched this film?
Oh, about 2 months ago.
Oh wow, okay, all right. I wasn't expecting that answer.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't too long ago.
They play
Yeah,
on TV. They played on TV quite a bit over here, too.
I haven't seen this movie since. Ooh, I'm gonna say at least 2010, maybe 2000. No, it had to be about 2012ish, around there. It's definitely been at least 10 years since I've seen the movie. And like I
Wow.
said, the first time I saw it, it was on like a bootleg DVD, copyright infringement and everything, man. So, it didn't have good graphics or anything like
Uh,
that. So, yeah, definitely different, man. But to go ahead and get started, it's crazy because when you pop the movie in for the very first time, they in the opening scene something happened that I didn't even notice. They had mentioned like they're in cryo sleep for
yeah.
5 years, and I never knew that from watching it previously. So he's waking up for the first time in 5 years. His brother has passed away, and now he's has to basically fill in for his brother since they have the same DNA. Um, which is kind of weird and crazy. And then just to confirm, the location where these creatures are at is technically Pandora.
Yes.
Okay,
That's the planet, Pandora.
okay, that's kind of wild, but that's cool. Yeah, and like I see a lot of like it's James Cameron, so it's like Titanic, everything, and I'm like it's really like a love movie. Like if you really like think
Mm-hmm.
about it, it's just a build up. It's like the same formula, but opposed to being on a boat, they're on a strange Pandora island or world or whatever. Same kind of thing. But what I was saying earlier, I felt it tied in to kind of like Star Wars and Black Panther. What I mean by Black Panther was they were going there for like the rich. It was like the rich rocks in the
Yeah.
ground, kind of like what they have in Wakanda.
Yeah.
So that's why I felt there. And then far as like Star Wars, it was kind of like I don't like I can't remember like the way I translated it, but like I'll have to come back on that one. But like yeah, it's just weird, man. It was a good flick. What did you think, John?
I think I could see the Star Wars kind of when the corporal was speaking to Sully. You get the
Hmm.
Star Wars vibes there. What is the what were they after again?
They were after
It starts with a U. Obviously not vibranium, but it was
yeah. I'll
something like I'm gonna find it. Anyways, I love this movie. When this came out, this was like it revolutionized film. Right, this came out back in 2009, and the
you
scenes
know,
was
but Botanium.
It's like unobtainium.
Yeah,
unobtainium.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Terrible name. Terrible.
Yeah.
Unobtainium. That's it. He said it right on.
Right. Can't even pronounce it, man. I was like, Uno,
Can you use it in
Uno.
a sentence, please?
A
But
highly valuable mineral found on the moon, Pandora. So I didn't even know it was a moon. Okay, go, cool.
I think it's 20 million a kilo or something like that.
Oh, wow.
It's worth. Anyways, 2009 it came out,
Yeah.
and I remember watching it in theater, and it was just like, wow, the way it was shot, the scenes, the vibrant colors of the world.
Mm.
I absolutely loved it. This bad boy got 82% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 7.8 out of 10 on IMDb as
So
well.
I have a drawback to that. Now I agree with everything you're saying. Even watching it to this day, obviously the first time I've seen it in 4K, I felt the colors were still amazing. Everything was spot on. However, 13 years ago, amazing, amazing. Today, the color part, amazing, but everything else, I felt like it was just 2022. I didn't feel like it was
Yeah,
still advanced, if that makes sense, to
I get what you're
what
saying. Yeah.
to today's standards. But
You'll
it
have
holds up like it's right now.
you'll have to wait for 2, 3, and 4 to see the future.
Oh yeah,
Can you imagine
yeah,
what that's gonna look like?
yeah.
But yeah, if you haven't seen this on a 4K TV, you really need to, because it was like
Shout out Eddie, man. No, I'm just playing.
even the scenes with the ship, and when he's going to the Earth, you see the planets.
Yeah,
That scene alone, just it's breathtaking.
yeah, yeah. I thought What did you guys feel about the cast? Because I didn't even know like certain people like Michelle Rodriguez was in it. I wrote it down, and I can't say her name, but I see her in a lot of stuff. It's Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, she's in a lot of stuff, and I was just like, I didn't realize like it's an okay cast, okay cast.
Even Sam Worthington, I think he did an amazing job.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
cast was solid.
yeah. How do you so Tone? How do you feel about Zoe and Sam as the two lead characters? Do you feel like obviously they're coming back for the second one? I don't know about the third, but are you glad that these two are coming back to kind of continue? You know?
Yeah, yeah, because it's going to be. I'm hoping about their family and what's happened since the last movie, because it looks like they have like 3 or 4 kids now, based off that short trailer. So
Well, you
if it
just
was
spoiled
just
the
like,
trailer for me and John, just to let you know. We
oh,
were gonna.
you guys
No,
haven't watched. Oh, okay, darn.
It's
I'm
not
like
his fault.
kids.
It's not his fault. No.
Nah, but that's crazy because I was actually gonna bring it up. Like, I would just imagine because in our world, 13 years has passed, so it's like in their time, do they have kids now? Have they started their own colony? Like, but I guess the most important question I have for you guys is from a graphical standpoint. Do you think we're gonna get another 13-year gaps in terms of like it's gonna be so far advanced 2022? Because he doesn't make a lot of films, James Cameron, but when he does,
No.
they're pretty bangers, man.
Well, you guys will see, but even the character designs look better now than they did in the first movie. It's wild. They look amazing.
Okay.
You can see.
Yeah. We would definitely be playing the trailer in a little bit. So I have these two box office. So the budget was 237 million, and they made 2.85 billion. Has that ever been done? Like that's freaking crazy.
It held that title for like 10 years up until
Exactly.
Endgame.
Yeah.
Oh, Endgame beat it. Okay.
Yeah.
Another Disney flick.
Yeah.
When Cameron puts something out, he's always been Titanic was at the top. This one was. I don't remember if Terminator. I don't think Terminator ever got that high. But
It's a classic still.
yeah, it's a classic still. I'm excited.
Yeah. And another thing else that I learned was that they're called Navi. I didn't know that from previously watching. I had no clue they were called Navi. Kind of like the dislikes that I'll say of the film is it was very hard to kind of learn the characters' names outside of Zoe and her brother who really hated Sam's character. But outside of those three, it was very hard to kind of like, I don't know, maybe they didn't say the names enough. That was probably the only major dislike I had because I felt like the story was cool, the acting was cool, graphics, everything was cool. I love that we're getting the second and the third one. So I don't have anything bad to say about it. Just like I didn't really feel like there was ever a character attachment outside of those main two.
What
And
did you?
do you? Oh,
Sorry.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, do you? How do you feel about the story and the direction it went?
The plot I think is pretty typical. I mean, it's you know, he's picking up where his brother left off at, going in there to learn. You know, there, you know, it's almost like you know, on some like Lewis and Clark stuff. You know, with you know, the Native Americans or something. They're coming to learn the ways, and obviously they have bad intentions. You know, but he ends up falling in love
Yeah.
for this character, and it changes everything because he becomes one of them, and he's fighting for their land, fighting for their beliefs and traditions, and you know the colonel was basically like, it's a tree, like they can go elsewhere.
I like how you kind of get attached to Sam,
Yeah, with him you do,
to
yeah,
Jake Sully. You really do, and you see the pain. You see the pain of when he has to leave Jake Sully's body and go back to his body. You can see how upset he is because, of course, he's in a wheelchair and he doesn't walk. So when he goes into Jake Sully's, he takes control of the Navi. Jake Sully, he can walk, run. You know,
yeah,
he can do everything he wants to do in his world in Pandora. So I appreciate the ending and how he kind of transitioned fully into the form of Jake Sully. I like that a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. So what exactly happened to his human body? Is it gone or?
Wasn't wasn't he in that?
That
Wasn't
what?
his human body in the capsule that was being attacked? Or was
It
I
was,
can't?
but then at the end they take it to the same place where they try
Oh
to save
yes,
Sigourney Weaver's character, and they
Oh,
leave.
yeah,
They don't show what happens to the body after, just that his consciousness travels over to the Navi
exactly.
body.
so that means that is his body now.
Mhm.
I hope so.
I think that's what they're
I
implying.
hope they keep
Yeah.
it that way. Yeah, because that's what
Okay.
when I first watched it, that's the thoughts I had and the direction they went with.
Yeah. Um. I'm trying to remember like I mean from the ending like obviously we're gonna watch the trailer in a bit and you've already seen it, Tone, but like I don't mind that there's gonna be a second and a third one. It's just from the ending, I'm kind of trying to think of like what would there be a necessity for a second one based on the ending alone? Because like he moved to the body, so now like it just kind of has me wondering like what's to come. You know what I'm saying?
I think what's key with the ending is people know that this precious product is
Yeah.
there in the world, so people are going to go after it still. And I think
Okay.
you may have it in the role as now Sully is fully immersed in this Pandora world. How is he going to defend it, him and his family, and who's going to be the people coming in to try to take the what's it called again, Tom?
Unobtainium.
That's
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah,
uh.
they
le-
after they blow up the tree, they don't say anything more about that metal. They
yeah,
just blow up the
no.
tree, and then the war happens.
yeah.
Late Night Trip says it really was a mind blowing movie when it came out. We are all getting a very merry Christmas this December. Yeah, man. I think that'll be a good movie to actually like take the family, or if you wait till it comes on streaming services to see with your family at home. It's I mean it's pretty obviously it's Disney, but it's definitely a movie kids and grown-ups alike will be able to enjoy. So pretty cool.
And huge shout out to our buddy Pamrikas.
Yeah.
He had a
Yeah.
role in the film, so I can't wait to see it to give him a huge shout out.
Yeah, man,
Mhm.
definitely. I'm gonna go ahead and play this trailer because now I'm like really kind of like itching at the bits just to
Yeah.
see what the hell is going on next, man. But let me pull this up here, and without further ado, let me see here. Avatar 2, baby, Avatar 2. You guys can hear it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
visually stunning.
Oh,
Jeez. I get to see a little bit of the underwater world.
I know one thing. Wherever we go,
oh shit, she's pregnant, bro.
this
This looks so
family
good. Who's the kid there?
is our fortress.
Wow.
Oh shit. Oh snaps, man. Wow, dude. All I can say is wow. Like oh shit. So are they like are have they like adapted to where they can like live underwater now? Is like is that what the hell,
I
man?
don't know necessarily
What's up,
live, but
Dennis?
I guess like us, they can go underwater.
Hey,
And
Dennis.
what's going on, buddy? They learned something. It's the way of the water, so they know how to do something with water.
They've definitely transitioned from the like forest to like you said, it's like the like water world, the movie, bro. It's like they've like went there. Disney again, man. They're like, you know, remember that movie did all those years ago? I'm gonna
First it was Pocahontas, now it's Waterworld.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, visually stunning.
Yeah, yeah. Did the you're not lying, dude. The character models definitely look more richer in color, more defined, more deep. I mean, damn, it's almost like a statue, almost, dude, bro. Like, fuck, it's like it's almost like a statue, bro. The freak.
You can see the pores
Jeez.
in their faces.
One thing
Bro,
I'm scared for is the collectibles that come out of this, and I regret the sideshow third scale Natiri that they worked on back in the day. Well, I think it was with Legacy. Oh, I regret not picking that up now.
Yeah, I am sharing that now, man. Holy cow, $1,600.
That's $1,600 back in the day.
Oh, damn.
This is like right when I think this was around the time where they're dipping their toes in the third scale world.
Yeah. Oh wow, this is crazy. Oh man, this is crazy, dude. This is crazy. I never knew that they. Well, obviously, I wasn't collecting at that time, but I never knew that they actually were making that. This actually ever even came out.
Yeah. They also did
Nice-
some
nice
bus.
base, yeah.
Hey,
Yep.
life-size bus.
This is crazy. So we got 36 inches in height, 13 inches in width, weighs 26 pounds. So this is a good 3-foot statue. So this is definitely has some presence, in your collection. This would be perfect for any like movie room or something like that.
Definitely.
Cool, man.
So I'm
Cool.
excited what we're gonna get from the new film.
So question: what company would you like to actually see attack this film? Like, what company do you think would do it justice the most?
I'm fine with Sideshow doing it.
What scale do you?
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen.
Sorry, go ahead, Tom.
I've seen that the life-size bus and the Jake at my buddy Keith's house, and they
Oh, okay.
if they do the legendary scales again, that is good because they're very big
What's up, casual?
and they look great.
Yeah.
Even now, they're very old pieces now, but they still
Yeah.
look fantastic in person.
I'd be satisfied with Sideshow doing it. I don't need no silicone portraits with Natiri and all that. No, they did it a good round the first time. I'd like to see them revisit it and get some more characters with these films. Maybe on.
Do you want a PF or do you want like an action maquette?
I think if you're going on the bigger scale, the third scale, just give us that museum, nice clean base, like the one we saw. PF quarter scale, you could give us more of an action base. Maybe it would be cool if you had Sully rising from the water that we just saw on the back of the creature. That would make an
Yeah.
awesome statue.
Yeah. Yeah, cool, man.
Looks like we opened the portal.
Yeah, we opened the portal and this guy came through. What's up, Bryn?
How's it going, guys?
going?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Can
have you
I
seen
just
the
say
trailer?
that?
Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
I was gonna say, can I just say that Doctor Strange is amazing, man.
Don't say it, Tone. You're gonna get it. It's gonna
thank
get to
you.
his head.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Brenton has literally had the red carpet treatment rolled out for his first statue.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Okay.
Where was this 10 years ago? I don't understand.
Exactly.
Oh man. You
Brenton's like,
seen the
shit.
trailer, right, Brenton?
Brenton's like, shit. This happens when I buy a sideshow. Man, I'm gonna pull out a J&T.
Yeah, I know.
Oh man, dude. Oh god, that's funny. That's funny.
I'm sorry, Cash. The trailer
Yeah, have you seen it?
for the new movie?
Yeah.
No, I haven't watched that.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead
I will
and
We're
play
play
gonna
it
talk
again.
about Avatar, right?
I don't
Yeah,
think
I
anybody
will-
in the chat's gonna have a problem seeing it again.
I will
Did it
play
look
it
that good?
again.
YouTube might, but I don't think
Oh.
anyone in the chat.
Yeah, YouTube will, whatever.
Because I have some comments on Avatar because I don't know if it aged great in spots.
Okay, we'll talk about it, bro. We'll talk
Should've
about
kept
it.
them off. Should've kept them off.
Hint for later.
This shot looks fantastic.
Amazing.
I love those flying things. I don't remember the names, but
I know one thing. Wherever we go, this family is our fortress.
So, that scene where you see the kid with the mask pulling the bow back, getting prepared to shoot. Do you know who he's
Yeah.
shooting at?
No.
Sully.
That's the corporal from the first movie.
Really?
That's the corporal and the bald guy. Remember the bald guy that worked
The
with
bald
him?
guy.
Yeah.
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 That's him. So that's where I want to know, because he died. How did he transition into a Navi?
Wait, I didn't notice him. He was in a kid's body?
No, he was in the
He was in the blue.
There was
body.
two.
in a Navi body.
Oh shit.
But
Yeah,
the head's
there's
shaven.
There's
so
two of them
the-
in.
Yeah, the head's very short. Hair is very short, so you think it's Sully, but it's not, because Sully has long hair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I just thought. I'm like,
it's
yo,
the
there
corporal.
he goes.
I thought you said the kid. That's what threw me off.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't know how the kid's gonna play into this.
Yeah, because it looks like they have a kid and they're talking about family, and then Vin Diesel
Yeah.
showed up. Did you see that part?
This guy. Oh man. So Brenton, I had previously said that I felt for 2009 just speaking graphically, not acting anything else, just graphically, it was beyond its time. Like when I watch it in 2022, in my opinion, I say it's right on par for 2022, not beyond, but just 2022. And I feel like it's I don't want to use the word dated, but it's where it should be for today, but it doesn't blow me away. But from watching this trailer, I can tell they've clearly made improvements. And you had mentioned it. What did you dislike about the graphics
So
in today's time?
I could definitely tell some parts where it looked extremely bad CGI. Like you could tell it was outdated CGI technology, especially when he like first got into the blue body. I'm sorry, I'm not great with the names. They're just the blue guys.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But when he's going through that forest and he gets in that fight and has to run away and be on his own, like even that fight with that big creature,
Yeah.
and it's like gnawing at the tree he's hidden underneath. It looks really. You can tell it doesn't look realistic. Like they don't have the layering right to it. I was
looks
thinking this looks like a
plastic.
PS5 game. Like that's what it kind of looked to me now. I was like, oh, our video games have caught up to where this movie is at.
Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn or something.
I agree with you now,
Yeah.
but for back in the day,
No, back in the day
yeah.
it looked amazing, but watching
Yeah.
it, just like I watched it today,
you get those vibes.
I was like, wow, I didn't realize some of this looked as bad as it does, or like as fake as it does.
Did anybody get to watch this in 3D?
I
No.
did.
Yeah, that's a crazy experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun.
What did you guys think about the scenes where like I don't know what they're called, but they're like flowers, they're like pulsating and lighting. Like I felt from a graphical standpoint, like that part, and as they're like running through like the pond or the waters, whatever, like it was like it was such a beautiful scene. And that's when I was like, the graphics are still on point to this day. But watching the trailer, I love how it's been enhanced as it should be, with 13 years better technology. So I love that.
Yeah, I could see leaps and bounds difference in the trailer. Like that trailer, you can tell it's going to be a whole other thing.
Yeah. We were joking, saying it's kind of like it gives off like a Waterworld vibe. Do you see that? You know what I mean?
No. I could see that.
It's
Kevin
freaking
Costner
wait.
to be proud.
Yeah, waiting for him to come out of nowhere. Dude, as a kid, I thought that was the greatest movie ever, man. Bro.
That movie's fun. I mean, wasn't it the most expensive at the time, and then it ended up
Yeah,
winning?
it was a massive flop.
Yeah.
But when I
Crazy,
see him
man.
riding those creatures, it takes me back to, I don't know if you guys touched on this, but Disney World has a ride where you ride on those,
No.
and it's called Flight of the something. I forget exactly what's called, but they have the whole Pandora world. So it's in the animal kingdom, and at night they put all this paint on the ground and everything, so it lights up like Pandora does at night. So when you're walking through this section, it all lights up. And then you ride one of those. It's like sitting on a motorcycle, and then they give you 3D glasses, and you look at this giant screen, and it has like airbags in it that you can feel the creature breathing between your legs and everything as you're flying on it. And then you're getting hit with these like 4D effects. You fly over the water, and you're getting like spritzed in the face with water as you go.
Well, you hope it's water.
Yeah. Oh, I hope.
Oh, wow.
But it's an incredible feeling. Like, it's really impressive ride.
It's called Flight of Passage.
Flight
and
of
you're
Passage,
flying,
yes.
You're flying a banshee.
Yep. It's amazing. Like,
Sounds
if you watch
familiar,
videos
huh?
of that, there's probably like videos of people riding those with a GoPro or something.
Something, Joe. Yeah.
It's an incredible experience.
So, do you feel like Avatar, after the 3 ones are done, do you feel like, because it will have more than one? Obviously, I don't think they'll ever be able to capture people's, I guess for lack of better wording, hearts, because there's going to be such a time gaps. Well, I mean, not from the second and third. That's going to be like back to back. But like, do you think it could have that same effect of like Jurassic Park in terms of like, you got a trilogy now? Or no, because the first one has such a big gap?
Has your demographic changed? Would you say? Like, this is going to be your parents. You were a kid watching this. Now your parents taking your kids to see this. So you may have that
Yeah.
influence.
This is
there.
bringing in a whole new crowd now.
Yeah.
So the new crowd will really only care about the second and third. They're not gonna care about the first one. They may go back and watch it, but
They'll go back and watch it because that's where it started, right?
Or maybe they grew up with it. Be like, oh, mom and dad have been watching this on TV for, 5-10 years.
Okay, here's a better question, right? This is just playing like devil's advocate. Is Avatar even that much of a popular film today as it was back then in order for it to be considered a trilogy outside of it having 3 movies?
Oh, I think the popularity is there. I think the popularity just dwindled because of the amount of time, the gap between what we're getting now and the first film.
Yeah.
When Avatar came out, it was like Tone was saying, that was a top box office for years.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to happen again.
Really?
Well, now that we've had the Marvel films, I don't know if it's going to get that high, but I think it's going to hold the top box office for at least a bit of time. Tons of people are excited to.
I wonder from a statue standpoint. I know we touched on it, but I wonder from a statue standpoint if more companies this go around are actually going to say like, hey, like we could make some money off this and actually like, because you showed the one statue and then Tone talked about a couple more, but like outside of that, I mean, there's not really like a big stockpile for something that did so well in the box office.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, like, is Prime One going to be like, hey, here's a 1/3, Jake Sully, you know what I mean, or something? Like,
You never know, because again, this was 2009. This is where was Prime One?
That's
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah,
like this was it was Sideshow had the reins in 2009. It was you got a choice back in the day. Was you go Sideshow with the statue or you go Hot Toys with the 6-scale figure?
Yeah.
Those were your options. Now we have all these companies in the game. Queen Studio doing movie pieces. I can see Queen Studios doing backflips over this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Open the window, John.
Close the window, open the door.
I'll mess up the joke. Other John, that is, But yeah, man. Tone. Overall, what do you say about the movie overall, man? Is this something to a person who's never seen this flick, you would actually recommend this to them?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a fantastic movie. It still holds up for the most part. I mean, it's Fern Gully, Pocahontas, and Dances with Wolves all in space.
Well,
So it's like, common movie stories, but told differently. So
Yeah.
it's still
I really-
it'll always hold up, I believe.
I really like the part where when they were flying, it was maybe like an hour into the movie. They were flying. Michelle Rodriguez was flying the helicopter or whatever, and you could see like the little islands or planets or whatever in the sky with the waterfalls coming
Yeah, that was so
down.
cool.
And it was just like graphically, it was like, damn, like they really made all that happen. And you know what I mean?
my first thought was, how's that water recycling?
I was like, is it like a mist in the air? Like that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Too. So that was crazy.
That's a good point. I never thought of that once. How do those waterfalls?
Did they ever say what year they were
They were-
in the beginning?
I
What?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. They just said the amount of time it takes
On the-
for them to get, I guess, from Earth to Pandora.
On the screen, anytime he's recording a video, it says the year's like 2154. That's just me
Okay,
watching
cool.
all the little details and catching that. But
Awesome, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
Good stuff.
so it's in the future.
I think
'Cause I was
movies
wondering,
got away
'cause-
from that, right? Like movies.
What was
He
that?
was
do-
recording though.
But do you remember like the old days where it'd be like, oh, it's this year?
Uh-huh.
Like I don't think they do that anymore in movies. They found like that dates it when you go back to visit it.
Oh yeah, I see what you're
saying.
saying. Yeah.
Like Back to the Future sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was cool until it got to that year. It was like getting a little close. I watched
Well,
this
even
next
at
year.
like Aliens or something, or it's
Yeah.
like 2014 or something, or 2021.
Yeah. I mean, like, I was asking because, like, they were talking about the cryo sleep, and obviously, but you answered they're in 21, whatever. So it's like, it makes sense. They probably would have that technology at that point to be able to put your body to sleep for 5 years, and you don't age or anything, and then he can take over the project with the same DNA for his brother who died in the service or whatever. I'm assuming that's how he messed up his legs in the military.
I think they alluded to that.
Okay. Yeah, cool, man.
I even if it's not there visually to today's standards, whatever anyone's opinion is, I think the story is bulletproof. I love the story from
Yep.
beginning to end.
Yep.
Loved it. Well, very well written.
Would you still say overall it was just a action love story overall?
Yeah. It was 100% a love story. And yeah, there was tons of action.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited for more though. After watching it, I didn't get bored at one point in time rewatching it. I didn't feel like, oh, I'm watching it because we're going live. It was a nice, and I wouldn't say I'm the biggest Avatar fan, but I'm definitely excited to watch the next one just to kind of see, where they continue with it. I love everything I've seen from the trailer, so I'm all for it. Moving forward. Will I ever collect anything that they actually will make for it? I would say probably not, just due to not being the biggest movie collector. If I were to collect anything from films, it definitely would be Batman. I don't consider Star Wars films. I mean, it's kind of like its own entity, but it would be Batman, Jurassic Park, that type of film stuff is what I would collect.
We can do some fun facts if you want.
For sure, man, for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
In the original script, Natiri's name was Zulika, and Jake Sully's name was Josh Sully.
Okay.
Sigourney Weaver plays a James Cameron persona. These aren't going to be as fun as the Star Wars one. Sigourney Weaver plays a James Cameron persona for her character in this film. Sigourney stated in an interview, "I teased him because to me, I'm playing Jim Cameron in the movie as this kind of brilliant approach-driven, idealistic perfectionist. But that same somebody has a great heart underneath, so I have to say I was always kind of channeling him, feeling like she was playing his character." The movie's 40% live action and 60% photorealistic CGI.
Nice.
Seeing the characters of Gollum in The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, convinced James Cameron that CGI effects had progressed enough to make this film. Wow.
Wow.
Hey, what was the first movie with CGI?
Matrix? No. Who knows?
Jurassic Park.
So
Was it Jurassic Park?
Probably Jurassic Park. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
well that makes sense.
I
Yeah.
watched the movies that made us on Netflix.
Oh,
They have
okay.
a whole thing
Yeah.
about Jurassic Park.
yeah.
I always thought they were real.
If it wasn't for Lord of the Rings, we wouldn't have Avatar. That's crazy. Yeah. Cool.
Let's see here. Avatars have 5 fingers and toes on their hands and feet, whereas the Navi only have 4. Avatars also have eyebrows, which the Navi lack. Wow.
Okay.
Let's see what else we have here. The Navi language was created entirely from scratch by a linguist, Paul Frommer, who was hired by James Cameron to literally construct the language from top to bottom. That's crazy.
Do you think they have a
It
book where
is.
you can like encode it?
Like, if they did, I sure as hell don't have time to do that.
Well, you know they've made like the Kryptonian alphabet and stuff, so when they speak in Krypton,
And the Lord of the Rings and all that. Are you just bringing up Star Trek right now?
no,
Redden?
Kryptonian.
Oh, Kryptonian.
Superman.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sorry.
come
Sorry.
on.
I had a CW. Just, let's not get into it.
You-
Let's see here. During the final assault on the Navi Tree of Souls, when all the aircraft take off at 600 hours, there's a short clip of soldiers and officers cheering the attacking force on from the command room. During this cheer, one of the soldiers on the bottom left of the screen has his hat blown off by the vehicle's downdraft. He looks around briefly to see if anyone noticed then continues cheering. Well, these are errors that were made in the film. I'm sure there's a Starbucks coffee cup somewhere. Okay, you guys continue. I'll find some more.
Wow.
This is Game of Thrones all of a sudden.
Oh, every Navi costume was built in real life.
That's cool.
Yeah.
See, that's where I think they excelled, though. You know, when we talk about outdated, like, CGI, I think when they're humans and they're, like, showing the background and the world itself, I think that looks really good. It's when he becomes an avatar and then he starts, like, going through the world. They put the effort into making him look good as the avatar, but I think the world around him suffers in some spots.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. That's why, like, with the trailer, you could see, like, it seemed like in this one it's more combined. You know what I mean? Like they had everybody working together. They're still keeping it rich in colors, so they're not getting away from that in terms of the second film. I'm just excited to see it more so from a artistic standpoint, I guess, versus even actually watching the film. I just want to see what they're gonna do with it artistically and visually, really.
Yeah, it's pretty to look at.
Yeah, definitely.
Sigourney Weaver is a botanist in the film. They actually hired a real botanist to be there during the filming.
That's cool.
The editing here it says the editing of the movie was actually done while the movie was being filmed.
Wow.
That's a pretty specific vision, man.
Yeah. Hey, you know what you want, man.
Yeah, Cameron seems to be the kind of guy where if he has a vision, it's gonna stay on that track, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Did you guys remember being so long?
Being so
long?
Being so long. Like when I booted it up, and I was like, oh, this is almost 3 hours. I don't remember. I'm like
2 hours and 40, I think.
Yeah, even the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like,
you said Binks. I thought of Star Wars, bro. My bad. I'm like, motherfuckers back in this movie too.
Thought about Jar Jar.
I was like, damn, but you know what? I take it back because it's James Cameron. As long as Titanic was, it's like, yeah, you know, I get it. That's just how he directs. It's like Zack Snyder, bro. It's gonna be a long film. But I definitely didn't remember it being this damn long. I really didn't. But also, it was 2009. There wasn't really streaming back then except for a Netflix beginning. So it was like, once you popped the movie in, you were watching that flick. There was no, I'll pause it and come back. Like, so at that time, I think it's all about time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Netflix was still sending DVDs in the mail in 2009.
Do you remember that? Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
Jake's legs when he's in his wheelchair, they're actually not CGI. Those are real prosthetics.
I always wonder how they did that because like those legs were looking really small.
So
He can walk in real life, so like
Sigourney Weaver's cigarette when she's smoking is CGI.
Oh wow!
What?
Really? That's
You know what? That caught me off guard because I was like, I thought they quit filming smoking, like allowing that in movies at that time.
That's what it says here. It says Cameron defended Weaver's cigarettes. The film was criticized for its portrayal of tobacco and the idea that environmental scientists don't usually smoke.
don't worry, Disney will edit it out.
They didn't do it on Disney Plus, at least. I thought they would, you know.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Matt Damon and Jake Gyllenhaal almost were cast as Sully. I think they picked the perfect guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Didn't he play in that other? It was like the sequel to, or was it the new Clash of the Titans, the remake?
Yes.
Wasn't he Perseus in that?
Yep.
And he was also in Terminator Salvation.
Oh,
Salvation. Yeah. Yep.
Wow, yeah, you were right. Avatar was inspired by Disney, Cash. So there is some. So according to James Cameron, he began working on preliminary drafts of his movie in the mid-90s. He watched Disney's animated film Pocahontas. And the idea of a soldier falling in love with a native daughter of his enemy became the core of the story. Wow.
Dude.
Never saw that movie before.
Let's see.
Took him 4 years to make. Jeez.
I believe it with the CGI, but the more I think about it, I was like, I don't think they could get the frames per second was able to be consistent at a high level back then. They just didn't have the technology to do it.
They were the ones making the technology as they were going.
Yeah, so that's kind of hard to do, you know.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, overall, like it was a good flick. Went by kind of smooth. I'm not gonna lie. Like once they started blowing up the big tree, I had paused it real quick, and I'm like, holy crap! There's still an hour left. That's when I was like, damn, dude, it's an hour.
Let me
left.
ask you this: do you think this movie was maybe woke before woke was a thing?
What is woke?
Because there's a lot of hidden meaning. Like it's portrayed in a way to be like, oh, it's just these blue people running around, but when you look at the core of the movie, it's sending a very specific message of like, we want to hurt these indigenous people to get this expensive mineral they have, essentially. Like we just want to move them any means necessary.
It's actually funny you say that, because in one of the scenes where Grace is with the kids at the Navi school, there's the book Dr. Seuss's The Lorax. And if you know the Lorax, that's what that book's about, corporate greed, right? So it's funny you said that.
Yeah. It's kind of always hard to like see like what the director is like trying to mean outside of, I guess, guessing. But you could obviously tell like there was a huge like indigenous I guess influence in terms of like the plot basically. Do I think the second one will have it from watching the trailer? No, I don't. I think the second one is just a film.
I mean, that's the way to get your message across, though, like hidden. Like a lot of people just go for a thing, but if you think about it a little bit, be like, wow, there's a lot of hidden stuff here that kind of points to taking advantage of people to get something to profit off of.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, cool, man. To move along, man. What would your rating for the film be?
I go 8.5. 8.5 out of 10.
I have a question though, real quick.
Sure.
Are you? See, this one is hard for me. It's like with Star Wars, it wasn't hard, but for some reason, this one's hard because like, are we rating it like right now? Like, I know we are doing it right now, but I mean, like, are we rating it like now, or are we rating it as if we were watching it for the first time?
Well, we have to go now. We can't go back in time to.
But it's like it's like the feeling of it from then to now is so different.
Of course.
It's so different.
Well, try to go back to that first time you watched it.
It was fucking amazing.
Okay. Incorporate that. Incorporate that into your rating. I appreciate I give it 8.5. I think it was a lot to fit into one movie. 2 hours and 40 minutes is a lot of time to invest.
It was. Yeah. I'm gonna give it a solid 8. With that being said, a solid 8. What about you, Tone? Out of 10, what's your score for the film, bro?
Probably about 8.5, 9. I mean, it takes a long time to build a whole entire world that we've never seen, and I think they did fantastic by going in from the human standpoint where it's a horrible place, then slowly taking you into the world, and not a lot of movies get to do that, so
cool.
8 out of 10.
And Brenton, before we get to you, what did you guys think about just the fact that the species of the Navi were just so like bigger and so more in tune with the nature than humans? Because they were at least 2, 3, 4, maybe even 4 feet taller.
Yeah, they were much larger.
I mean, they were obviously very like lean, but they were definitely taller, and stronger.
I think that ties to what Brenton had said as that message that the movie's sending. Because I think it is. We see it in real life too. Work, wake up, work some more, come home, have dinner, go to bed, and you're in the same cycle. And you don't. I'm just speaking generally. You don't
Yeah,
appreciate the world, nature, and
yeah,
so that's how I
Yeah.
look at it. That's how I appreciate it. And then that's, I think, kind of how Jake, he went in there with a mission, working with the
Yep.
corporal.
Mhm.
But when he met Natiri, met the Navi, and saw the world for what it was, he's like, no, I don't want to have a part of this. I want to enjoy. This is
Enjoy
life.
it, yeah.
To him, that was life.
yeah. Because even
That's what
being
made it hard
consumed-
about him. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you're right. That's what made it hard for him to
To
go
tell
back,
them.
because with those video vlogs, if you remember, he kept saying like, I'm getting confused between which world is real. When I'm there, I feel real, but when I hear, I feel like it's a dream. Because like John said earlier, like he doesn't have his legs in the real world. He has this colonel who's like, yo, this is the mission. You know what I mean? I'll get you your legs if you complete it. Like it's like this incentive driven, no different than work, like John's saying.
Wait,
But yeah, Britton, what's your rating out of 10, bro?
I think I'm gonna agree with Tone and give it like an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I think that's a good place to be. But I was thinking you could see he enjoys being an avatar more than being
Oh, yeah.
a
Of
human.
course,
yeah.
Like that's where he's the most free. So I mean, this kind of reminds me a little bit of like maybe on CW you just watch like The Departed, where it's like someone goes undercover and like falls into the lifestyle. Maybe even like Donnie
Yeah.
Brasco,
Yeah.
like these themes of movies you've been watching.
That's a classic film.
It
Yeah,
becomes
like
an
he-
escape
yeah.
from your problems, sort
Yeah.
of thing, right?
Mhm.
It does, yeah. For him, I mean, this has a different twist to it as part
Yeah.
of the story, where this is, maybe it's what we do as collecting. This is our escape from, the real
Yeah.
life of things.
Oh, shut up, Pime.
Yo,
What's up,
Hey!
Pime? Oh man.
What's going on, man?
All right, that's crazy.
His ears
yeah,
were
man.
ringing.
Avatar somewhere.
Yeah. Did I just hear Avatar?
Now he's gonna come scold us for CGI
Yeah.
comments.
No.
He said, "We talking about the blue people?" Oh man, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, bro. So like, we're almost hitting an hour, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop it here. But I do want to say I thank John, Tone, and Brendan for coming. Everybody in the chat who came. Obviously, we're gonna keep the movie theme going each Wednesday. Maybe a different panel from time to time, depending on who all will be able to or to not make it. But for those of you who can or can't, I appreciate everybody who can and can't. And yeah, man, I'm not sure exactly what we'll watch next week, but we'll find something as we wait for Obi-Wan to make its way. May 27th, I think.
Yeah, something like that. I'm pumped for that.
I actually am. I'm pumped because they're talking about Vader coming back, so I'm excited to see how that's gonna be. 6 episodes is enough. I mean, it's better than 0, how I see it. So, it kind of Star Wars kind of sucks for me right now because before it was like you got more, and I
Yeah.
still have a lot of like obviously like Rebels, Clone Wars, all that stuff to watch, but like. It was more movies. It was more the actual flick. So this is like that first time of like actually waiting and anticipating something for some more backstory. You know what I mean? Things like that. So
Yeah, you were
Ready
lucky
to go,
because
man.
you were like at an all you can eat
peak.
restaurant. You can
Yeah.
I'll take a little bit of this one and
Yeah.
a little bit of that one. Now you're like a sitting duck. You gotta wait to
Yeah.
like the rest of us.
Why are you guys
it's all
excited
there.
though? Like, after you see what like Disney did to Boba.
I'm under the impression that's more so the character than Disney. I think, based off of what I've seen in the
No.
movies, I kind of think it's gonna be a little different with this character.
You hope. If they mess up this, there's no hope for any future Star Wars. I'll tell
Well,
you.
no, because when Mando came in, Boba, like it got really good. So that tells me the character in Mando is a better character than Boba in terms of like on screen.
Well, to be fair, Amanda's a better character than everyone else in Star Wars. No, I'm just.
And with that being said, next week we will see you guys later, man.
You won't see
go ahead and
Brenton,
put
though.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put a pin in it. There, Captain Jack Sparrow, man. That's right, man. Don't poop the bed. Shout out Amber Heard, man. Next week, Wednesday.